Indeed, Artosis. Welcome back to the GSL Code S. We are going into our second half today here. It's going to be Sue against Soulkey.
I think this one's going to be a tough one to predict as well, Tasteless.
Yeah.
That last one, most people probably thinking Maru's going to take it down, but Deer is just playing fantastically. Some great strats, some great control, some great everything, really.
Yeah.
Maru showed a lot of skill, just wasn't enough today.
You know, Deer, I really liked how they're both playing there, but I do think a lot of that entire series came down to that final match. I like that he elected to do a strategy like that, but I do feel like maybe Maru would have won if it had been more standard play.
Maybe, but I think Maru thought otherwise. I think he looked at it and he's like, I think this is my best chance. You know, my best chance is to go double proxy 11 racks, and it didn't work out, unfortunately.
No,
Deer really did show fantastic control. I think most Protosses died to that.
That was a pretty intense last match.
Right.
Now, you're thinking Soulkey's going to win this?
This is a hard one for me. Sue is very good ZVZ. You know, ZVZ is also a little bit volatile. This could definitely go either way. We do see Soulkey from time to time make some mistakes in ZVZ.
I think if it was Soulkey against a Terran or a Protoss, this would be easier to predict.
Yeah, I give him the leg up against everyone except top end Zergs.
Yeah,
you know, a smart Zerg can prepare for him pretty well, and there's a lot of ZVZs of Soulkeys that Sue could watch as well.
This is true. It looks like we're about to bring the players out. Or I thought we were, I'm sorry. All right, nope, now we're going to do it. Get ready. There they are. Two of the deadliest nerds in the entire world. We actually keep a moat in front of that stage right there so that the nerds don't just go into the audience and start killing other nerds.
That's right. And they're afraid of water, so.
Yeah. They are. Nerds hate water.
They hate water.
They hate water. They're like gremlins, man.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, these are two of the best players in the whole world.
You know, and I think
that's so funny. I'm sorry. She like they hate water. Like it's some arbitrary fact. Like
as you see here, there were a lot of ZVZs.
Like garlic with vampires or something.
Yeah.
Like
pro gamers and water.
Yeah.
Why do you think we don't do the GSL on a boat? Duh. Because the pro gamers wouldn't go on the boat.
They wouldn't, man.
They'd be like, why don't we just do it in a studio? I'm like, oh, because you're afraid of water.
Nerds
like, whatever
hate
you
water.
want, Artosis.
Nerds
okay.
hate water because it would destroy their computers if it got close to it.
That's true, yeah.
That's why we keep them here in this concrete jungle soul. Nerds hate water. So stupid.
Glad you like that.
Yeah. Now, Soulkey is the favorite here, but as Artosis pointed out, ZVZ is pretty volatile. I think Sue is probably odd man out here out of the four players in this group.
And, yeah, he is, but if we look at the players that these guys have played, you know, in the round of 16, Soulkey had to play a ton of ZVZ. Sue has not played any televised ZVZ in a very long time, as we see here. That makes him have an edge in this because he has 9 ZVZ games he can look at from Soulkey. Just
That's
recent
true.
ones that really matter.
That is very true.
Soulkey has 0 for Sue. So this really could go either way. And the thing is, both these guys have phenomenal ZVP, and Deer has phenomenal PVZ. So the finals is just going to be really good no matter what.
It's going to be epic city.
Yeah, in fact, the more I think about it, the only finals I wouldn't have really super been excited for would have been Maru Sue. You know?
Yeah, Maru Sue would have been
that one would have been a little bit underwhelming, but either one of the finals we can have now would be amazing.
As you can see, Soulkey's 8-2 in his last 10 Zerg vs. Zergs, where Sue is 5-5. And these guys have all had to face off against the very best of the best with Zerg, so think about that.
Yeah. But again, you know, it's not since the up and downs has Sue played any ZVZ, and there it was just a one game against Life that he won. So that's, if I recall correctly, Life actually did something like a 10-pool Bane. on that in that game. So like, there's literally just nothing for Soulkey recently to go off of.
That's true.
To plan for this match. So Soulkey's just gonna have to play some really solid ZVZ.
Well, I'm predicting that Soulkey wins 3-1. What about you?
I'm actually gonna go 3-2 or 3-1 Sue.
What? You think Sue's gonna win?
Yeah, it's
what?
More and more and more. The more I think about it, like I think it's such a big deal to be able to look at your opponent's recent ZVZs and kind of pick apart what there is in there, and like, yeah, no, I'm kind of feeling Sue here.
Huh. Well, let's look at the map lineup here. Polar Night, Frost, Whirlwind, Belshire, Vestige, and Yunsu. I don't know if any player's favorite on either of these maps. You know?
Yeah, there haven't been that many games on. I guess Whirlwind looks really Soulkey favorite based on their stats for Zerg, but
yeah,
I don't put too much stock in that.
Wow. Artos is predicting Sue. Well, our map's going to be Polar Night to start this off. Now, most people, besides Artosis, are probably betting on Soulkey here.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, Sue is really good. Upsets do happen every GSL. It's always amazing to see who actually gets in the finals here. But, again, these guys want this. The difference between Final 4 and Final 2 is pretty huge.
Yeah, it's so big in so many ways.
A pro gamer's dream. Soulkey's done it before. Can he do it again, or is Sue going to get his first finals here?
It would be a big deal for Sue to finally hit a finals. He's been a pro gamer for a very long time.
All right, guys, tell your friends to join us here at GOMTV.net as we're going to have a sick mirror here. Soulkey up against Sue. Here in the best esports show of all time, the GSL Code S. And special thank you to our sponsors. In the bottom, we have the favorite here. He is
Wongjin Star Soulkey.
I always forget he's got that crazy looking keyboard until we see it. It's all tricked out.
Almost glows. It's so bright.
That's the key to Sick City right there. That's the mayor of Sick City with the key. Over here in the north, the underdog. He is
SK Telecom T1, Sue.
A little itch on his head. Take care of that.
Yeah, got to get that itch out of the way, man. Not going to be able to take the hand off the keyboard and mouse in a little bit.
Scratch that itch. All right. Now we just wait. Looking at that production tab.
That's ZVZ early game for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what else did you go for as Halloween?
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that, weren't we? I went as a ghost once when I was a teenager. I went as, but for
now, when you went as a ghost,
I went as a devil as a child once.
Yeah.
I can't really remember too many.
I think I was a mummy once. One of those Halloweens I had, like, my mom was, like, going full force, like, Halloween cost. You know what I'm talking about? Like, some moms do this. You, like, spend way too much energy on this, like, mummy costume, but I had this sick mummy outfit. What else did I do for Halloween? I think as I got older, my outfits got cooler. I once spray painted, some cans and like cereal boxes and stuff like that white.
Yeah.
And taped them onto a jumpsuit, and I was white trash.
Wow. That's cool.
I'm trying to think of what else I've done.
I actually stopped wearing costumes at some point and mapped out my neighborhood. And the thing is, I didn't even can. I just want to see how much I could get, and I did it like a couple years in a row with my brother.
Oh, you had pillowcase.
Where we literally
just like
ran.
It. Yeah.
Yeah, and 1 year in an hour, I picked up 8 pounds of candy.
Oh my God.
And then I brought it all to work, and I just put it on the table, like in the break room. I'm like, I got all this trick or treating last night. They're like, you went trick or treating? You're like 20 years old. I'm like, yeah, I don't even like candy here. This is for everyone else. Every now and then, the houses turn you away. Tastes like
I think Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Are you the Simkoski kid? Aren't you 20? I'm like,
no, madam. I am in fact 12 and have a hormone issue. I age very quickly.
All right, so These builds really, really similar. Just slightly different gas timings, which is fine. Wait a minute. Did we just get a like canceled speed or something? What?
Did he cancel?
Speed didn't finish, right? Wait a second.
No.
Yeah. Sue was getting speed and then stopped. Yeah, he was upgrading speed.
Nah,
and then he canceled it.
He's banked it instead.
And this could be just to get out a few more drones and a couple queens and everything. It looks like, and this is actually really cool. I like what I'm seeing. Because to do something like that, like he saw something very specific that made him say, okay, I don't need speed right now. Now, Soulkey is getting his Baneling Nest, so there's a possibility he can go ahead and get some aggression on. In fact, he's making 10 lings, but then 2 drones after that. So that tells us that it's probably just going to be a little bit of poking, a little bit of prodding, like maybe 1-2 Banelings morphing. And there they are.
All right, there's that evolution chamber and the Roach Warren there to make an obstruction here at the entrance. Move out of the way, Queen. Make an obstruction here at the entrance. Now, they just out of sight there for those Banelings.
All right. So, the couple Banelings do start to walk in.
Baneling that creep tumor. I'm like, whoa.
Whoa, that's the worst
that was
the
worst Baneling usage I've ever seen.
All right, here we go. And, yep, nothing going to happen here. Just the smallest little poke. Now, Sue is, of course, getting a much quicker lair. Soulkey is grabbing a Roach Warren. What is... Soulkey, like, needs to get his lair started here. This is... In fact, is he going to all in or something? He's making a couple overlords. Roach Warren is about to finish, but he hasn't started the lair. So I think this could only mean that he's going to do a Roach push.
It's going to be an all-in.
Yeah. So Roach plus some Speedlings plus some Banelings.
Hey, what if I went for as a Reaver for Halloween? Wouldn't that be funny?
A Reaver?
Like crawling around on the floor.
Yeah, that would be a good costume. All right, so Sue starting to bank up some overlords as well. That's going to allow him to make roaches, and he is starting roach production. And just the fact that he's starting
Sue
roach
might
production,
be able to deflect this.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's as soon as you see a queen doing that, you have to start thinking, okay, there could be an attack coming behind this. So he is getting ready. Sue's making a lot of roaches. Lings being made by Soulkey. Sue is going to hold this.
Yeah.
Sue is absolutely not going to die to this. And when he doesn't die to this, that's going to be pretty bad for Soulkey because Sue is going to have +1 and roach speed. All right, here we go, Tasteless. A lot of Zerglings are coming on the way. There's a lot of Banelings being made as well.
Okay, now he's got a really good position here. He should be able to just hold this up. Actually, trying to pull out this army here by hitting that Roach Warren.
Yeah, that Roach Warren is actually very important right now. Like, he needs the Roach speed to actually end up finishing and give him a huge lead. Now, here we go. A ton of Banelings coming in. He does get that Roach Warren. Nice targeting there by Soulkey.
Yeah,
but is that enough?
Not entirely sure if that is enough here. Now, he Queen's the back here to transfuse. Some more Banelings morbing right now, but he can target down those Banelings before they actually connect. And yeah, I mean, as we said, Sue's going to hold this, and this is going to be a one-win lead here against Soulkey, most likely.
Well, he's in a really good spot right now. Tasteless, much more cost-efficient, has a ton of roaches. Now, he's not going to have his roach speed, but he does have +1, which means he two-shots Lings and kills his opponent's roaches more quickly. Really strong set of units out right now for Sue. He's got basically every advantage.
Well, the Sue is going to come counter in here now. The Lynx are here to sponge up the damage. The Roaches are here to deal it. The supply difference here, it is in the favor here of Sue. And the Roaches are now coming down here. A lot of these Roaches, by the way, bruised on both sides in that previous engagement.
And we actually have some Soulkey Lings coming up from behind. That's a really nice flank, helping him to do a lot more damage to these Roaches.
Looks like he's going to hold this now.
Yeah. Those Lings really did help out. And of course, we're right on top of his rally points. But you know what? This was smart anyways, because Sue knew that he was up in drones. So by doing that, he kind of forces some more units out of Soulkey as well. And what does he need all those roaches at home for right now?
Right. Now Sue's gone back into mass roach production, by the way. We do see Soulkey trying to squeeze out a few drones here and there. Failed Sling Scout there from Soulkey, trying to get inside of Sue's main.
Sue's actually adding on a couple more queens, going up to 6. His roach speed is going to be done before Soulkey's, and he's getting +2 attack, whereas Soulkey hasn't started +1. So this, you know, when he has that +2, that's going to be a pretty big advantage. What does Soulkey do from here? Does Soulkey just try for like a phase 2 all-in? Because you can't play Roach vs. Roach with 2 upgrades below, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just, this is like a math problem that, you know.
It's one of those ones that's easy to solve.
It's very straightforward. One guy has the upgrades, the other guy doesn't.
Well, there's a creep highway coming out for Sue, so we see what his choice is here, Tasteless.
Yep.
He has Roach speed now against no Roach speed. That's not going to last for too long, though.
All right, he's coming up now. And you can see right now, Soulkey just tried to get into a good position here, but the Queens with this army is going to be pretty tough here. And that's a lot more Roaches here for Sue. Not all of them able to do damage, some of them skirting around in the back here. But yeah, you can see slowly and surely this Roach arc is starting to surround the red Roach line here, and that's going to be it. GG. Game number 1 goes to Sue.
That was some really solid CVZ play. I loved the speed cancel. The more I thought about it, I think an Overlord actually poked in that I wasn't paying attention to, and he was like faking it a little bit. But he's spreading disinformation. He's taking note of when the Queens are pushing out his Overlords and beginning some production. Nothing too cheesy. I really like the Sue play.
Sue's looking good.
He played super good.
He played super good. Oh, is that the joke you're trying to make already? I just repeated
that's
what you said.
Yeah, I'm actually in shock right now.
I'm a parrot. All right, we're going to go into game number 2 now. I don't think we're going to have as much or an all in here from Soulkey. I think we're probably going to have a more standard game, but Sue, you know, he might do his own counter all in here.
Yeah, who knows? You know, there's a lot of mixing it up that goes on. Frost is the next map.
We see Sue talking to his coach right now. There's probably some deliberation going on as to what he should do in this next game or how to open up. Soulkey off to a bad start here. Tried to do that early attack and got into disadvantage, and Sue punished him for it.
Well, I think this game is going to be a lot longer, Tasteless. It's on Frost. It's a gigantic map. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw some Mutas play. Muta's still really popular in Korea.
Yep.
For ZVZ, and especially on a big map like this.
Yeah. Well, Frost, this could be a great map for Mutas, actually. Looks like we're almost ready to get this game started. What do you think the score is going to be now here with Sue ahead of game?
With Sue ahead
3-2?
Well, at 3-1 or 3-2. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think that you can really 3-0 Soulkey in ZVZ, but I do feel like even after watching that game, I'm still liking Sue. He's playing really, really well. Really intelligent moves. Very well prepared.
All right, the game is now loading up. So get ready, get hype here. It's going to be Soulkey against Sue. ZVZ game number 2. The winner goes on to face off against our first finalist here in our final GSL Contest of the year.